is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We got a cool battle report for you today. We are doing Custodes versus Custodes with our boy Jack in his battle bunker. This is going to be such a fun game. We went over the shield host versus the champions build. So I was running the champions. I thought it was a really cool attachment. Kind of buff up your champions. I was running it with solo characters prior to the new update. So this is after the update, after the points, after the changes, where everything is essentially free for the stratagems, because the champions now, they didn't have any battle tactics. Now all the blade champions or the characters can do free tactics, free stratagems, which all cost essentially 0. So it was really cool to test out. Before, I kind of was running out of CP. Now I had plenty of CP throughout the game, so it was a really cool change. And also having the units get the buff for the +1 to wound was also huge. So we're gonna play a test game. Jack playing his shield host Custodes with a pretty popular build. There is one thing that he would change pretty quickly. We actually found that out within the first turn, what he would change. And then I was running kind of a different build than what you saw on the channel before. So if you guys are new to the channel, appreciate click on the video. We do a lot of battle reports. I'm probably going to be running Custodes for a little bit in the near future, right after Chaos Space Marine. We go to LSO, we go to Nova, and then we go to Las Vegas Open. But in between those GTs, we're going to be running a lot of Custodes, because I do like running them, and they're almost fully painted now, which is pretty cool. And if you guys want to hit the like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff so these videos actually pop up for you guys. We do a picture-by-picture, turn-by-turn battle report, unlike other people where it's 3 hours long. You don't have to sit here for 3 hours trying to watch people roll dice. It's more of a tactical type video on what we did good, what we could learn, and what we would do differently to improve our list. The channel runs a lot of competitive tactical lists, and we use the Games Workshop terrain that you see at RTTs and GTs in the future. So this is a very informational battle report channel. We're so close to 10,000 subscribers, thanks to all you guys hitting that subscribe button and all my Patreons. I wouldn't be doing this without you. We keep upgrading over and more every single time with new live videos. We have a microphone that we just got, which War Games Live uses as well. So he helped me out, let me know which one he uses. I bought the same one, and it sounds crisp. So it's really cool to upgrade, thanks to the Patreon supporting the channel. And if you guys want the competitive coach in your corner, sign up for the competitive Dirtbags and message me one-on-one, or we hand you over to one of our Dirtbag coaches that plays the specific army that you guys play. So it doesn't have to be Chaos, Grey Knights, Death Guard, Sisters, or Custodes. You can play any army in the game, and I do have another coach on the Dirtbag Nation to help you out, answer any questions, have that coach in your corner, and go over list ideas and tactics. Then the Grand Masters, you guys get to message me, and we get a call once a month to go over RTT and GT prep for you guys specifically. And if there's any specific battle reports you want to see live, we do those for our Grandmasters over at the Dirtbag Nation. So the merch, we did just upgrade our merch. We did get two new models, Cypher, which is just super good for Chaos Space Marines, and also a Grey Knight Tech Priest, or just a regular Tech Priest. So they're really hard to come by. So we actually got a really good 8K 3D print of those guys. So if you guys are interested in those, hit me up on Discord. Any of these models to my right here, the dice are 10% off, the widgets are legit, all the stickers, and we are making poker chips, which have the Dirtbag logo on that. That's coming up very soon as well. So if you guys are interested in any of this stuff, hit me up on Discord and support the channel. It's one of the best ways to do it. So let's go over the lists first. The lists are really cool. And then we're going to go over picture by picture, turn by turn on the battle report, which in lore, this would never freaking happen. So I was like, Jack, would this ever happen in the history of 40k? And he's like, probably not. I'm like, all right, well, let's just have fun. So let's get into the video, and we'll be back. All right, Jack, what do we got today?
We got a squad of prosecutors. Even though they have the flamers, we're using them as the bolter checks. Blade champion, shield captain with the melta spear.
Is that his head on the base?
No, that's just a rock. His head's upstairs. He also has Castellan's mark, so I can redeploy up to 3 of my custodes unit. I have Drax, 3 units of Flappies with spears, even though some of them are modeled with pistols. 2 of the tanks with the big illustrious cannons. 2 units of custodes with spears and of Axilla. A squad of 4 custodial guard with shields and of Axilla. And we're going to see how this rolls.
No assassin.
No assassin.
No assassin. Love it. All right, today for the Custodes, we got the champion build. We're leading it off with Trajan with 4 guard. Then we got 3 of the Terminator characters. So we got a character here, and this guy's going to be a character of Terminator. Then we got 2 Terminators with the bodyguards right there and there. This one, we're going to test out the blade, Veil Blade, for extra 2 attacks and triple the OBSEC. Then we have 4 Wardens with a Blade Champion who has the, if you move within 9 inches, they get to move 6 inches. We have the Bike Champion who has 5 up leadership and can turn another unit non-battle shocked once per game. For the Flame Chicks, Drax with 4 guard. We have the Assassin, of course. And then we have 4 Henchmen with the Mystic and Multi-Melta dude, because 6 models for 60 points, 2 wounds each. Not bad. So that's the 2,000 point, really tiny champions list. All right, guys, so those are the lists. Like I said, they're pretty cool. The one thing he would change is those tanks that he uses. He would probably use the upgraded cannons, which is like the D6 plus 2 damage, instead of the AP1 3 damage ones, which are like the auto cannons. So I think that was the only difference he would change, or just take those out and add a Land Raider and another unit. That could be the 2 changes. Oh, and the Assassin. So obviously not having the Assassin was kind of huge. We used the Assassin. We love these. If you guys don't have a Callous Assassin, message me on Discord. We are selling Callous Assassins, but yeah, everybody should have a Callous Assassin. If you can bring a Callous Assassin, that's my suggestion. So he's going to take out the tanks, run either a Land Raider and a Callous Assassin, or just upgrade the tanks to get the D6 plus 2 damage. So this is the terrain layout. It's got a really cool underboard, so I apologize if it's kind of hard to see the clear plexiglass terrain. But these are provided by Rexar Lasers. He's one of the sponsors of the channel. Hit in the description below. If you guys use the code Dirtbags, you guys get free shipping. So he's got actually terrain that goes on top of these as well, if you're interested in that. But just having these clear plexiglass, you can see that you can put any terrain on top of that to use the Games Workshop layouts. So I would highly suggest that if you're getting the competitive scene. I think they're only like 40 or 50 bucks for the clear plexiglass, which you can literally bring any store that you guys play at and use it for practicing. So I would definitely recommend having at least 1 set of these. I have 3 myself, 1 for home, 1 for travel, and 1 with streaming, so that way I can have like the Dirtbag logo on it. You guys can get any logo on it. You guys have my permission to use the Dirtbag logo if you want. You can get the laser etched on there for free. So this is the terrain setup. We are using Linchpin. Linchpin is one of the popular ones that you'll probably see in a lot of tournaments. It is holding your home field objective for 3, and then if you hold any one of the ones outside of your home field objective, it's 5. And if you don't hold your home field objective, they're all 3. So you can get up in score pretty quickly, as well as no max, no cap. So you can go up to literally 23 points by holding every objective on the table, which has happened a couple times, especially going second. So we are doing, I think, the step up. Yeah, so we're using this Fog of War, which was actually pretty cool. So we're using the step up one, Fog of War, and then Linchpin. I had the right deployment, he had the left deployment. This is the line going down here, so it's kind of like right on the other side of this wall, going straight down, and then this way. So with my scouts, I have these guys that can basically scout move 6 inches this way behind the little cover if I don't go first, and then everybody else, these guys could get picked up, and then these guys have the Wardens with the Blade Champion. These guys are just going to be hanging out in our backfield the entire game because I don't have sticky objectives in this list. So he does, but I can't make it sticky and kind of walk off it. So they're just going to be hanging out back here. I did bring 6 guys just so I have an extra 2 models in that unit for an extra 10 points. Bringing the Mystic and the weapon. They never shoot, honestly. They're literally just there for the extra 2 bodies to get you an extra, 6 to 10 inches of deniement. And then everybody else kind of like chilling out. So then we got the 1 bike character back here who can basically move out or advance out. I just don't want him to be shot turn 1. And then we have our Draxus who can't be shot on a 2+ with his guard here, and the assassin's kind of chilling out here in case I have to scooch up 7 inches and do a cleanse or something turn 1. I put him out there because there's no way you can possibly get to be within 12 inches of him, so I didn't have to worry about him dying out here. The Called Assassin, you just have to be careful with them turn 1, because if they have a way to get to her turn 1, you're kind of screwed. So we left her all the way out there. Over here, he's got the guard up here, which he then redeployed them, and yeah, didn't put him there. And then the chicks right there, tank back there. I think he redeployed these guys as well. And then a unit down here with Draxus. So it was Draxus on Draxus with 2 tanks in the back. So he redeployed the unit up there, redeployed the unit up there. They went into deep strike, so he has a lot of his units in deep strike. The 3 Flappy Birds I'm super scared of, but we happen to go first against this matchup. So with us on turn 1, we get no prisoners and containment. So containment's really easy in this new Pariah Nexus. You basically just have to be wholly within 9 inches of a table quarter outside the deployment edge, and you're able to do up to 6 points. So I basically moved my assassin up, got outside of my deployment zone, did the action down here, and then I moved these guys up outside my deployment zone and got the action up there. So we did 2 actions, got easy 6 points, and then no prisoners. Obviously I can't kill anything turn 1, so we had to ditch that for a CP. These guys moved up, scouted up here, and just towed the objective, so that way if he does kill me, I can choose to either take this guy away and just kind of sit back here. The wall you can't see over, and then if he doesn't kill me, I can just leave that guy on the objective and hopefully pass it back battle shock test to keep that objective turn 1. And obviously these guys ran out to get on the objective, did the 2+, can't be shot outside 18 inches, and then everything else ran up here to set up for next turn. These guys stay back here because they can get picked up. These guys you can see spread out as far as they possibly can in a little L, and that was it. So if this tank was the AP3, I think, D6 plus 2 damage, these guys probably would have died. So that was the difference. He had an AP1, and I get cover because of the Fog of War turn 1. So I didn't really have to, or it might be Battle Line, I guess. I forget. But he shoots me at AP1, so it wasn't really that difference. I think I might have used 1 CP free strat to go to ground and get cover, which is what I only used to do prior to this new update, because you can only do battle tactics. For Jack, he gets cleanse turn 1, he gets engaged on all fronts, and then he gets no prisoners. So obviously, same thing with no prisoners. The only goal for him to kill something was these battle sisters and these guys, and then cleanse. These guys are too far away from the objective over here. And obviously he couldn't get to this objective or this objective. So he ditched cleanse, and he might have spent a CP to get no prisoners. Yeah, so cleanse, engage, and then spent a CP to get no prisoners. And then he ditched no prisoners and kept engage. So that was his turn 1. Moved up his tank to get line of sight on the sisters, moved up the tank to kind of shoot these guys, and spread out the sisters back here. These guys kind of just chilled. So, not a very good, crazy start. Custodies versus Custodies, literally just kind of setting up for turn 2 and turn 3. So, our turn 2, we obviously get 2 in the no man's land because he was only able to kill 1 sister. He gets AP1, so I get the cover. So, I take the sisters in the cover, so I just have to roll 3 up saves, which I do. And then he kills 1 sister, so I'm able to get that objective. So, 1, 2, and then I held the home field. So, I get 13 points on turn 1 for Lynchman. Now, we get extend battle lines, which is a very, very easy one to get still, and then cleanse. So we have to cleanse these 2 objectives, which are already on. And at the end of his turn, I think we decided to take up the assassin, and then we take up this unit back here. These guys, I think, stay there to try and block out. So my goal this turn, since he has so many models coming in from Deep Strike, is just to block out as much as the table as possible. Now, I was shocked on how much I could block out. He was shocked on how much we could block out. So let's kind of do a little diagram on how much we blocked out on turn 2. So this is the table on the start of turn 2. Let me get the little magic eraser for you. All right, so here is the deployment. We basically have our own little, block out section here, and then we basically blocked out with Trajan up here. So like all of this is basically blocked out of the table edge. He can only really come in, let me change the color for you guys. He can really only come in right here and right here. So these are the only sections on top of 2 against Custodies he can come in at. Which is just nuts. This blocking out pattern is what I would try and do every single game if I could. All right, I'm sorry, I'm a child. So really though, we had Trajan back here. He is probably going to do now. This is my 3rd or 4th time running Custodies. These guys on objectives are insane. The full rerolls to hit, full rerolls to wound, hitting on 2s. and then being able to shoot again is just nuts. That's what I learned about Draxus down here on this objective. So him with the custodial guard and the full rerolls like this is just crazy. So we spread these guys out as much as we possibly can back here to block out everything back there. We dropped the assassin down here solo just so that she can block out another 9-inch bubble around herself. These guys kind of stayed the same where they are, where they blocked out as much as they possibly can in this corner. These guys advanced up here to block out whatever these guys couldn't reach. So they were the ones on the table that stayed. These guys were the ones that got picked up and brought back down. So they got brought back down on this objective to cleanse. And then basically they stayed here and blocked out this. So I blocked out all of my backfield, blocked out all of the right side. I already had the center blocked out because this guy advanced up. I did use the once per game advance and charge. This was basically an 8-inch charge or a 9-inch charge, but I was like, hey, I have a free reroll, might as well, try it. We didn't make it, but they advanced up to the center. This guy advanced up or moved up and did a cleanse here. These sisters spread out down here, and then I brought in this solo character right here. So we had most of the entire board blocked out, and Trajan blocking out most of his backfield. So all he had to do was come into this field or this field, which he gets free rapid ingresses from the Venatari dudes, which are Venatari guys. Dude, if you have them, run them. Like, they are insane. They're just not the best in the character build because there's no characters that can join them. If I could, I would definitely run probably 3 units with a character in each. So this was my setup, and then he brought in these guys rapid ingress. So he rapid ingress these two. He kept one off the table, but 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and these were the guard from the turn prior. So what we had to do was we did the cleanse, we did the extend. So all we have to do is really just try and kill stuff. We killed the sisters with Trajan's unit. We then shot some of the Venatari over here with Trajan's unit because we did proc the shoot twice ability. So we have a unit of 3 flappy boys, unit of 2 flappy boys, and all the sisters were dead. We did do some wounds to the vehicle. I think it took it down to 8 wounds, and this one didn't get hit at all yet. But the +1 wound with all these guys shooting at it, this guy was doing the cleanse. These guys didn't really have a lot of shots, and then this guy who was there made his 9-inch charge. So he makes his 9-inch charge into this unit over there. He's so tanky. Like, he can do the once per game, take all the damage down to 1, and then I can spend a free CP for the 4-up Feel No Pain. And then he could do a free strat for like something else. Like, he's super tanky. He's the one that can triple the OPSEC and get an extra 2 damage as well. So even after all the attacks back, he lived on 3 wounds. So now he's stuck in combat with these guys with a just beat stick. Trajan failed his charge. These guys failed their charge, and they are just there chilling. So that was my turn 2. His turn 2, he gets 3 points because he wasn't able to control anything at the beginning of the turn. He only controlled his home field objective. So on this turn, he basically was able to shoot essentially everything into Trajan's unit, took it down to... he shot Trajan's unit, didn't kill a bunch of them, but the Venatari were the ones kind of scooch up and make the charge. Now, Venatari charging with Lance into Custodes will kill a ton of Custodes. With the Shield Host, you get lethals on 5s. And there's like some other strats you can do, but like the lethals on 5s alone with the amount of attacks hitting on 2s and being able to do it every single turn now. So that was a huge change with them as well. So lethals on 5s was what killed the entire squad and took Trajan down to 5. Trajan then, I think, procced his 12 attacks. So when he procced his 12 attacks, I needed to have 2 CP saved up to automatically do the Warlord trait again. You can't do it after later on in the game. It has to be instantly. So he procced his 12 attacks, spent the 2 CP after he killed all the Venatari, and then he was able to have his once per game ability again, which is really cool. That I really like that in this detachment, especially if you bring Trajan, because he could just go ham with the damage, or he could just be almost unkillable with the 2-up invuln save. So he brought the tank back. He brought all these guys back. He finally killed my character right here because I think he can fall back, shoot, and charge. So that's what he did. Fell back, shot, and then charged in again. These guys are all just chilling out back here. The tank moved up to take over the objective over here. And that was it. He still has a bunch of guys in Deep Strike, which I had a lot of points in the beginning of the game, and then he's going to have a lot of points at the end of the game because he still has half his freaking army off the table. But again, it's only top of turn 2, or bottom turn 2. Top of turn 3, we get another 13 because we controlled this one, and our backfield. So again, we get another 13 for primary. We get establish locus and engage on all fronts. So I was able to get in all 4 quarters. Our assassin is, I think, more aggressively now. Where's the assassin? I think I brought the assassin down somewhere over here, maybe. We're gonna try and play spot the assassin. All right, that's a dumb game. So we have, what do you have? Established locus. I think that's right there. So she's establishing locus back here. I put her within 12 inches so that way I can have at least 2 targets for the +1 in CP, because he does have a character in there, so he can get the free CP strat. So he can basically, she's going to die, essentially. That's what I learned here. Trajan scooted up to try and do some damage over here. These guys then scooted up so they can get in the fight over there. The sisters just spread out. These guys start moving up forward, but I still have to block out because it's turn 3. He can still rapid ingress. He can still bring in half his army. He rapid ingress this unit first up there, and all these guys just spread out as much as they possibly can over here. This guy's camping the zone here in the center, getting some +1 to shoot pot shots into this thing. These 2 guys have full rerolls to hit and wound against vehicles and monsters, so they're about to go blow up this tank. It was a great turn 3. I have 1 CP starting off because we used the Trajan reroll. He has 3 CP, and let's get into what happened. So these guys scooted up there. Vinatari got charged by this unit down here. He brought down, I think, this Vinatari last turn with the rapid ingress. So all I have left is Blade Champion. He killed my Trajan, luckily. So I think Trajan was in combat. He then shot Trajan last turn to kill Trajan, even with the 2-up and Volt save, with the reroll as well. So he killed Trajan. Flappy Boys came out here. There's 2 of them left. They're about to kill some sisters. He gets containment and storm hostile objective, so he just has to storm. He held 3 points again because he held this one. I did kill the tank with these 2 units. Obviously, like, it was full rolls to hit wound. It was a dead tank. He deep struck the Blade Champion up here, basically about to take over my objective. So he has a couple options to take over objectives. He can take over this objective. He can take over this objective. He can take over this objective. So this is a really good comeback turn for Jack. So by the end of this turn, he kills a ton. He kills 1 full unit of these guys over here. He kills my sisters down here. He killed Trajan. And then these guys are basically, this guy can fall back and charge with the enhancement that I gave him, but they're trying to do something to this tank down here, which I think the Blade Champion with the AP3 3 damage dev wounds. I think I rolled 3 6s to wound him. So we blew up this tank in my turn. But the assassin lived, so assassin came back down here, which then this thing could leave the objectives because I'm holding that objective now. And we're within 12 inches again of this thing. So I'm trying to stay within 12 inches, like exactly 12 inches of these 2 guys. So in case he kills one of them, I'm still within 12 inches. And that'll stop him from using more strats that I want him to. So we have these guys who are still in combat with them. These guys easily took over my home field objective, so they're fucking just chilling on my home field. So now I'm losing out on primary. I was only able to get 6 points on primary from Lynchpin because I didn't hold my home field objective. This unit, I should have played a little bit more aggressively. They didn't really get a ton of shots off over here, but we did blow all the load into these guys, so they were able to kind of kill these guys pretty easily with the full rerolls and the AP2, dev wounds, all that stuff. So we killed the 2 Vinatari with basically Draxus by herself. And at the end of this turn, we have killed a tank, 2 Flappy Boys, and all that's left up here is the character, 2 guys, and my character. So my character, these tokens, they're not Battle Shock. They're the ones that are showing that I use the once per game ability. So when this guy charged in, he charged in, didn't take any damage, uses once per game, fell back. I still wasn't able to control the objective because I didn't have enough OPSEC on it. But now he's out of combat over here. And then these guys are about to kind of run forward and get the objective. So his turn, he gets 6 as well. So we tied on primary. He gets behind enemy lines, which he had pretty easily, and then recover assets. Not able to really recover assets because he needs his guys to do actions. He's got a full unit here with the Blade Champion, and then a character with 2 units here. And that is it for his army. So he starts moving these guys up, keeping them behind the cover for behind enemy lines. We start to move up this, or we're basically running as far away as we can from this unit. This is like the only full unit that he has on the table, so I'm like, all right, let me stay as far away as I possibly can. These two guys finish off my character up here, even with the 4-up Feeling the Pain ability. Like that 4-up by themselves with the character is just busted. It's so cool having a 2-up, 4-up, and then 4-up Feeling the Pain, and access to taking all the damage down to 1. But with the amount of attacks, he was still able to kind of chew through that. And these guys are camping his backfield objective as well. So after this turn, my assassin scooches up. We have my character go into his character. He's not able to kill my character, again, with the 4-up Feeling the Pain and the free strat and stuff like that. These guys are starting to advance up to try and get some pot shots off, which I think I got 3 or 4 shots off on that unit before it charged in. This objective is basically done because I had the top of the turn, so I got 9 points. I held the center, the bottom one, and his objective for 9 points. And then after that, he advanced up, and he needed a 6 to get onto the objective because he was going to do hold 3 objectives and get 20 points for primary. I think that was his goal. So if he was able to basically move up, hold the objective, he made that one sticky, and then if he killed me off this objective, he would have got 20 points on primary, which would have been really cool. We'll go over the points in a little bit, but that was his goal. He needed a 6 for the advance. I think he rolled a 4 or 5, so he wasn't able to get on the objective. So these guys kind of really didn't do anything in the last turn. And I think he re-rolled it as well, which it didn't matter. So at the end of the game, that was the thing before I turned into a child. Let's go over the score. So end of the game, we finished up 90-34 for the captain character build for the Custodes. So what we had really was the primary. So primary, we took it all over really quickly because we were able to block out most of the board on turn 1 and turn 2. So we had 13-13, and then you could see he starts to come back with a 6 on primary and then a 9 because we held his, and then the 2 center, and then he held mine. So he had 3 on his own field objective, 3 on his own field objective, 6 because he started branching out, and then 3 again because at the end of the turn, he didn't kill my guy at the top here with the 4 Feeling Pain. And then he made the back one sticky, so he's able to get 3 points at the end of the game. And there was really nobody for him to charge in the center because my assassin kind of ran away from him. So assassin was like, nope, I'm out. I'm running this way. So she runs that way. These guys run down that way. So all I had left was just to run away from him to try and stop primary. Now for Jack, again, we already went over where if he would have had Land Raider or the higher damage weapons for the tanks, he probably would have killed a lot more Custodes. He would have killed the sisters on turn 1. He would have killed the other 3-man unit. He would probably wouldn't have stuck him out there, but he would have had a lot more firepower with that. So that was the biggest thing he noticed going into obviously 2-up saves with AP1. Not really the best option. So completely different game if he has definitely firepower to kill the characters and units that I have. So that definitely want to try this matchup again. It was really cool to play Custodes versus Custodes because he helped me out a lot because I've only played him 4 or 5 times, and he loves this army. He's having a lot of fun playing his Knights as well because the Knights got a big boost in the new data sheet. So for him, turn 1 he got a 0. For secondaries, turn 2 he gets a 2. Turn 3 he gets a 4 and then a 3. So only had 9 out of 40 for the secondary points. I think if he started more units on the table, and brought in more units with the rapid ingress. So I think if you're able to rapid ingress for 1 CP for a unit, and then the other 2 guys can do it for free, I think that's an option. So basically bring in a unit, rapid ingress, even if you brought him in like 1 unit up here and then all 3 Venatari down here, or at least 1 big unit up here, 1 Venatari, 1 Venatari, like that could be an option. Then clear out some of the chaff, and then next turn rapid ingress the last Venatari to come down. But yeah, I think just holding off till turn 3 to bring in most of your army was definitely a detriment, and seeing that in the points. So for us, we had all of our army on turn 2. We didn't leave anything off the table because we didn't really have an option, and we kind of just camped the objective as much as we possibly can. So that was the biggest thing I noticed with the deployment and bringing guys in for the objectives. But with my list, I really liked my list. I don't know if there's anything I would really change about it. Maybe kind of change one character to another character, test out the bike champ instead of like another like take another bike champ instead of the shield. Like, there's a ton of stuff you can test out with this, but this was definitely a fun list to try. I'll definitely try and bring it to a tournament if I have time. I just got to get painted up before then. So hopefully you guys like this types of video. Leave in the comments below what you liked, didn't like, how we can improve on the channel, what type of matchups you might want to see moving forward. And if you guys are at any of the tournaments coming up for LSO, Nova, and LVO, definitely come up and say hi, say you're a dirtbag, so you guys can get some free limited dirtbag dice. If you guys are interested in the merch, hit me up on Discord, join the Discord, and then head over to the Patreon page so you can watch these videos ahead of time before they pop up on YouTube. All these get posted up ahead of time on patreon.com, so you guys get early access. And if you want that professional coach in your corner, join the competitive dirtbag page and make sure you message me one-on-one for Discord so you guys can get the most advantage out of having that coach in your corner. So guys, really appreciate it. Good luck with everything, and we'll see you in another video soon. What's up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are thinking about joining the Patreon page, we're going to go over each tier and how it's going to benefit you and what you're looking for specifically to get out of 40k in 10th edition coming up. There's a lot of stuff to go over. There's a lot of tactical videos up on the channel, which is for free. There's going to be a bunch of perks that you get specifically for being a part of the Dirtbag Nation Patreon page. So first off, we have the first tier, which is $1 a month. You guys get first access to the videos over at patreon.com. You also get access to the Discord, which is specifically a private link in the Discord that only Patreon members can see. So you guys will have first access to that. Also a benefit is Patreons over the Dirtbag Nation get live streamed games on patreon.com streamed from YouTube, but there's only links specifically for the patreons.com. So not only do you get first access to these videos, you also get to see live stream games specifically only on patreon.com. The next tier is the Justicar. You guys get a shout out on every single video on YouTube. You also get to support us a little bit more. You get first dibs at voting on Discord, as well as you just kind of say, hey, I just want to be a Justicar dirtbag and support you guys a little bit more than that $1 a month tier. But you get all the same access as well as the different color over on the Discord. So the third tier is the competitive dirtbag. This tier, you get a lot more one-on-one coaching. This is a lot of the dirtbags over on the Dirtbag Nation. They are able to send out messages one-on-one, go over list ideas, tactics, anything you guys want to talk about. When I was getting into 40k, or really any game in general, I always wanted to message the top players in the meta and just ask them questions. This $10 a month tier gets you that opportunity to message us one-on-one on Discord, so that way we can actually coach you, give you our insights, suggestions, and that's going to get you better at the 40k 10th edition as a whole. So that tier alone, just $10 a month to have one-on-one coaching, one-on-one messages anytime throughout the month, that's going to be a perfect tier for you guys. Even if you're brand new to the game, we go over 1,000 point list, 1,500 point list, 2,000 point brand new starting list, team list, anything you guys need. That's what the competitive dirtbag tier is for. Also, you get a little bit red number name tag on Discord, so people know that you're really serious about getting into the competitive scene. The Grandmaster Dirtbags. This is the all-in-all $25 a month tier. You get one-on-one coaching, everything we said prior to this, but you guys get to see me, Mike, any of the other dirtbags play your specific list that you want to see tested out live on one of our battle reports. You guys get to mention, suggest videos you guys want to see coming up on patreon.com. So you guys get the above first tier benefit of everything that we do over at Dirtbag Nation. All the support mainly comes from you guys supporting us over here at Dirtbag Nation. And Grandmasters, I can't thank you enough, but for $25 a month, you get one-on-one coaching and anything you want to see live on the tabletop. So you get to see a professional play right in front of you. You guys get to kind of like see it one-on-one, and I'm actually making this specifically for you. There's also TTS events that you guys can suggest. If you guys want to do a first 1 or 2 turn run through on TTS, we can actually log in and coach you one-on-one with that. If you guys see us at any GTs, you guys get special benefits, free dice, stuff like that. Anytime you purchase a merch thing on Discord, you guys get a free limited edition Dirtbag dice sent to you with every single purchase on top of that. So there's a lot of benefits coming up with the Grandmaster Dirtbag. Because I can't thank you enough for supporting us. Definitely let me know which tier would be best for you if you go over to patreon.com and specifically go to a tier. And make sure you don't forget to message me up on Discord. That's where we check every single day. If you guys are really into getting into 10th edition 40k, head over to Patreon, join the competitive dirtbag or the Grandmaster. Message me as many times as you possibly want, and I'll coach you the best I possibly can on any specific army that you guys play.
Mainly our armies right now, currently, going into 2024 is going to be Chaos Space Marines, Grey Knights, Death Guard, and then we have Custodes, Sisters, and I think that's it going into the Wings of 2024. But again, any other army that you guys play, we have other coaches lined up for the Dirtbags that are ready to take on that role of the competitive Dirtbag page. So guys, really appreciate it. Thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks for joining the Dirtbag Nation if you guys are already part of us. And we'll see you in another video soon.